demonstrators have accused police of brutality and oppression. With batons and horses, police forced the demonstrators back and arrested 21. The country's chief rabbis have lined up with the Metro Carter in opposing the digging. This puts heavy pressure on the government coalition, which depends on ultra-religious elements for support, but is also being watched closely by others for any sign of surrender to the ultra-Orthodox, who, however visible their protest, still represent only a small minority of Israelis. This is Don Dixon reporting from Jerusalem.
But another group of Jewish leaders who do not see eye to eye with Begin on a religious issue are protesting outside the Waldorf at this hour. And Esther Harris is there with that story.
Jim, this demonstration is an extension of a struggle that's been pitting Jew against Jew in Israel for the past several weeks. The excavation of sites in Jerusalem of many ultra-Orthodox Jews that contain ancient graves. The problem, Jewish law says the dead shall not be disturbed. Archaeological digging has been going on for 3 years, but it was not until recently that religious zealots proclaimed that the ancient biblical city of David is dotted with individual grave sites and large cemeteries. The issue has become a large-scale political battle in Israel, and recent attempts by the ultra-Orthodox Jews to stop the excavations have wound up in ugly clashes with Israeli police. Late this afternoon, hundreds of ultra-Orthodox Jews from the New York area crowded around Park Avenue in the shadow of the Waldorf Astoria Hotel, where Prime Minister Begin is staying during his visit in New York. Begin arrived here. Rabbi Ephraim Stein of the Central Rabbinical Congress says the Israeli government must stop the digging. He wonders very strongly how Mr. Begin's government can keep and maintain holy sites if his government is the one that is desecrating a holy site of his own religion. The excavation issue is only a part of this controversy. Protesters are accusing Israeli authorities of police brutality for their use of force in breaking up similar demonstrations in Jerusalem. Stein says confrontations like this one outside Jerusalem are examples of a regime bent on stifling what he calls peaceful protests. At this point, people have been arrested, communities have been entered upon, violated, something that does not occur in any country, a free country in the world. The demonstrators plan further such protests during Begin's visit in America. Prime Minister Begin will leave New York temporarily, at least tomorrow. This morning he met with former Secretary of State Cyrus Vance. They discussed a number of important issues, including those that Mr. Begin will discuss with President Reagan this coming week, including the sale of AWAC planes, the proposed sale of AWAC planes by the U.S. to Saudi Arabia, something that Mr. Begin views as a threat to his country. Well, back to you.
Inside the Waldorf all day, he's been meeting with various American Jewish leaders, and they've been helping him, advising him on how to improve relations between Israel. Central Rabbinical Congress, they are ultra-Orthodox Jews, and they believe there can be no Israel until the Messiah comes. Demonstrations like this one come in the Israeli consulate. Sympathizers complained that the Jerusalem protesters had been thrown into the worst prisons as though they were common criminals. 23. Mr. Begin, to know it. Reporting live from outside the Waldorf Astoria, I'm Julie.
The archaeological dig in Jerusalem, which they say is desecrated an ancient cemetery. This visit, they're opposed to the Belgian government's permitting archaeologists to dig in what they consider an ancient Jewish cemetery in Jerusalem. Well, it's not...
Lijkt het er aan die man trokken aan? Lijkt de man trokken aan? In de water. Doe in de trok doe. Pardon. Je bent zo even. Slag loon het, dat zijn geklapt.